Anything on your mind you want to dive in?
Good morning.
You're starting to say, Good morning, Mohammed Hassan. Good to hear your voice. How did you sleep? Any plans?
I want to talk about importance of self-care and building healthy habits.
I love this, such a kind, strong topic. Self care and healthy habits are like the little rituals that keep the car of life running smoothly. Want to make this practical? I can share a simple plan, some short practices you can try, and a few mindset tips that fit your life. Quick question first. What's your typical day?
How do you personally define self-care?
For me, self care is the small, kind things I do for myself so I can show up fully for life and the people I love. It's not just spa days or treats, though those are lovely. It's the everyday choices that protect my energy and keep my mind and body steady. Here's how I break it down personally: physical care, sleep, movement.
What is the crucial link between self-care and mental health?
Great question. It's a really important one. Short answer: self care is the daily practice that protects and builds mental health. Think of self care as the habits and rituals that prevent stress from accumulating and give your mind the fuel and rest it needs to work well. A bit more detail, simple, practical. Prevents burnout. Regular breaks, sleep, and boundaries stop stress from becoming chronic. Chronic stress can change mood, focus, and motivation. Regulates emotions. Small routines like journaling, breathing, or talking to a friend help you notice and process feelings before they build up into anxiety or low mood. Improves resilience. When your basic needs are met, sleep, nutrition, movement, your brain handles setbacks better. You recover faster from disappointments. Boosts cognition. Good sleep, hydration, and focused rest improve attention, memory, and decision making. Mental health and cognitive function are tightly linked. Strengthens sense of control and self-worth. Choosing to care for yourself sends a message to your brain that you matter. That combats negative self-talk and shame. Encourages social connection. Self-care often includes reaching out, setting healthy boundaries, and nurturing supportive relationships, all protective for mental health. Quick examples: tying habit to outcome. Night buffer, no screens 30 min before bed. Right arrow, better sleep quality. Right arrow, less irritability and clearer thinking. 2-minute breathing or grounding. When stress lowers heart rate. Right arrow, reduces panic and prevents escalation. Weekly small win list. 3 things you did well. Right arrow builds confidence. Right arrow reduces depressive thinking. Tiny experiment, 3 days. 1 morning, 3 deep breaths plus 1 positive intention. 2 midday, 90-minute check, stand, stretch, drink water. 3 night, 20-minute tech-free wind down. Track mood each evening, 1-5. See if it nudges your average up. English tip: idiom, put your own oxygen mask on first. It means you must care for yourself before you can effectively help others. How are you feeling about this? Want a short, guided 2-minute breathing exercise now? Or shall I draft a 1-page self-care checklist you can share with the team? Maybe include Borazus. Cheltenhampton Hora. That sounds like a phrase mixing place and time. Or maybe it's in another language. Can you tell me what you mean by that? A few guesses. Do you mean Cheltenham, the town, and Hora, Spanish Portuguese for hour? Like Cheltenham at 1 hour, or hour in Cheltenham? Are you asking for the time in Cheltenham? I can help you figure out the current time there, if that's it. Or is it a phrase or name in another language? Or do Spanish Portuguese mix? Tell me the language, and I can translate or explain.
What are the
Which is
emotional,
it also? How's your energy right now?
spiritual, and
Want me to
professional
give the local
dimensions
time
of
or translate the
self-care?
phrase? Great question. Let's break it down simply. I'll cover emotional issues linked to self care. Then touch the spiritual and professional dimensions and how they connect. Emotional issues, common when self-care is neglected. Chronic stress and anxiety. Constant pressure without recovery raises baseline anxiety. Low mood and depression. Persistent depletion, lack of pleasure, and isolation can lead to sadness or depressive symptoms. Irritability and anger. Small triggers feel huge when you're exhausted. Emotional numbness or dissociation. Shutting down to avoid feeling overwhelmed. Shame and low self-worth. Thinking you don't deserve care, so you skip it. Guilt about taking time for yourself. Feeling selfish for resting or saying no. Burnout and disengagement. Loss of motivation, cynicism, and reduced performance. Avoidance and procrastination. Putting off hard things because you'd rather escape. How spiritual self-care helps, and what issues it addresses. Meaning and purpose. Practices like reflection, prayer, or meditation reconnect you to values and meaning, reducing existential anxiety. Inner peace and acceptance. Rituals and contemplative practices build calm and self-compassion. Belonging and connection. Faith communities or spiritual groups provide social support and shared rituals. Moral alignment. Acting in ways consistent with beliefs reduces cognitive dissonance and guilt. Practices, daily gratitude, silent meditation, reading sacred texts, community worship, nature walks, mindful rituals. How professional self-care helps, and what issues it addresses. Boundaries and workload management. Prevents overload, reduces stress and burnout. Skills for resilience. Time management, delegation, and saying no improve competence and reduce anxiety. Career meaning and growth. Aligning work with values and setting realistic goals increases motivation and satisfaction. Healthy workplace relationships. Communication and conflict skills reduce interpersonal stress. Practices. Scheduled breaks, clear priorities, protected deep work blocks, regular ones, realistic deadlines, professional development. Practical ways to integrate all three: emotional, spiritual, professional.
What
Daily micro
happens to
routine.
your
Morning breath
productivity
gives
and
one
quality
intention
of
emotional grounding.
relationships
5.
when self-care is consistently neglected?
Great question, Mohammed, thanks for asking. When self-care is consistently neglected, both productivity and the quality of your relationships usually suffer. Here's a clear, practical breakdown so you can spot patterns and act early. Productivity, what goes wrong? Lower energy and fatigue. You get tired faster, so work takes longer and you do less. Decreased focus and cognitive fog. Harder to concentrate, make decisions, or remember details. Slower problem solving and creativity. The brain needs recovery to make new connections. More mistakes and poorer quality work. Attention slips and errors increase. Procrastination and avoidance. Tasks feel overwhelming, so you put them off. Burnout and disengagement. Chronic neglect leads to cynicism, reduced effort, and possibly absenteeism. Reduced learning and skill growth. Burnout reduces motivation to practice or improve. Unreliable output. Deadlines missed, inconsistent performance, lower trust from colleagues. Relationships, what goes wrong? Shorter emotional fuse. You become irritable and snap more easily. Withdrawal and isolation. Lacking energy to engage, so you avoid friends or family. Less presence and listening. Distracted or checked out during conversations. Increased conflict. Small issues escalate because stress lowers patience. Reduced empathy and support. You have less capacity to hold others' feelings. Guilt and resentment. Feeling bad about not showing up or resenting others' demands. Social avoidance. Canceling plans, missing important moments, eroding trust. Impaired intimacy. Less vulnerability and emotional availability with partners. How the two feed each other. Poor sleep or stress lowers work performance, which increases worry about work, which then worsens sleep, a loop. Relationship strain uses emotional energy, making it harder to focus at work. Guilt about work performance or relationships increases anxiety and avoidance. Simple signs you're slipping. Tasks take longer
Thank
than
you very
usual.
much for this
You miss
kind
small deadlines or
conversation.
details. You're snapping at people. You're very welcome, Mohammed. I'm glad we talked. It means a lot that you shared. If you want, I can leave you with one